89.3 2GLF.
You are now listening to 3 Quirks and a Turk at 89.3 FM.
This is my station.
Action.
It's just insane and I love it.
Entertainment.
Hey guys, it's Selena Gomez.
Hey, this is Ed Sheeran.
Hey guys, it's Taylor Swift.
Entrepreneurs.
You need to learn this business, and this is the time to do it.
And empowerment.
Become an insider. So you have to know the rules before you get in the game.
It's Friday.
I can't believe that it's Freaky Friday.
YB Moody, shake that booty and tune in to the voice of the continent.
89.3 FM and YB Moody, you're going to shake your booty. Can you believe it is Friday, hey?
No, it's not crazy.
It is Friday. What you been up to, man?
Friday just rolls up too fast.
Yeah?
Busy, been working.
Working hard, Darren? Working
as
hard?
always.
Oh,
No
that's
rest for the
good.
wicked.
That's good. But this weather this week's been crazy, right? One day it's beautiful, the sun is out. The next day it's storm, it's raining. I was getting people overseas go, Davey, are you all right, mate? I go, why? Sydney, there's a storm, there's a cloud, there's cars, there's washing everywhere. I go, mate, oh, it's all right. Sydney's not that bad. I mean,
It's
like
clockwork. 2
it
days
is.
and then boom, the sun comes out.
I think it's the Melbourne weather too. I mean, like Melbourne weather is pretty bad, right? Melbourne is like some days you have 3 or 4 seasons in one day.
One day, that's right.
Now let's just pray that Sydney's not like that, right? But tell me something. How much do you like your chocolate, Darren?
I love my chocolate. I love my chocolate too much.
Really?
I do.
Okay. Have you heard of a Dubai chocolate?
I have heard of Dubai chocolate.
Yeah. Well, apparently it's a big trend at the moment in Sydney, right? People are paying up to $20 for a block of Dubai chocolate.
No way.
Yes, so maybe go to Coles and go to Myers and your independent store or a Lindt store and ask for a block of Dubai chocolate, and you tell me what you think. Because to me, I think I don't mind paying for good quality chocolate, right? But this one here, I don't know. It's debatable, mate. It's debatable.
And there's also Mr. Beast's chocolate.
I
You
know.
heard that? That's another
Mr.
one.
Beast.
Mr. Beast has got his own
Sheesh,
chocolate.
man. So what happens when you eat this chocolate, become a beast like him or what?
You become a YouTube star.
A YouTube star. Bloody hell, that is crazy, eh? That's crazy. But to our listeners today, we thought about money. How important is it for us to talk about money? Because I know that school, they don't teach our kids and the last generation about money, finance. So we thought, we'll bring someone in here who at least understands about money, so he can share with us for the next hour about how to save money, what's his thoughts about Bitcoin, and what else we can do.
David loves Bitcoin.
I love Bitcoin, but I mean, like, there's pros and cons to everything, right? So I thought, why don't we just bring Craig Minter from the Healthy Business Lab to join the conversation today. Craig Minter, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, very good, very good.
You like your chocolate, Craig?
I love chocolate, but I don't need to pay $20 for chocolate
Yeah.
to get the joy, to get the
Really?
experience out of it.
But,
So,
I mean, like, you're the man who looks after money, right? So you would not pay $20 for good quality chocolate?
Surely
I'm
you can
happy to
budget
pay a little bit of money for
Yeah.
chocolate, but again, it's got to have the value,
Yeah.
and I can make the most of what I've got
Okay.
as well. So if I've got a bit of chocolate,
Yeah.
I can get a standard bit of chocolate. It's half decent. You can
Well,
you savour it. You take your time with it.
True,
Yeah.
true. But
So-
I would thought you would debate with me on that. You would, as a money man yourself, you say, Davey, $20 is too high a price for a box of chocolate. Go for something a bit cheaper,
For me, it's all about what's the value you're getting out of it. And I can see the value that you're getting out of that. So if that's where if you want to prioritise, then I'm all for it.
Well,
but
why-
as long as we're doing that as a part of a more balanced approach,
Well, that's the issue here,
managing
Craig.
money across the board.
This is the issue in our society. Everyone thinks that, they think, well, it's okay to spend $20 for a box of chocolate. It's okay to go out there and splurge on a Friday night and spend like $600 on drink. It's okay to go out there and buy a fancy car and pay it off for the rest of their damn life. You're here to talk some sense into us and our listeners here, mate.
yeah, well, I guess I'm here to, give a little bit of a different perspective.
Good. I like
on
that.
things.
He's been
And-
diplomatic, Darren, isn't he? Perspective, right? He's very diplomatic.
At the end of the day, I just want people to be intentional with their money,
Okay.
and be aware of it. And again, if somebody wants to do ABC, go and spend money on going out with their mates, doing these things that are great, that some people go, oh, that's a lot of money. But if that is the release valve that enables that person to then go and be successful in what they want to do and how they want to do it, but it's still within the realms and, they still able to put food on the table and those sorts of things, then I don't have a problem with it.
So you believe in balance, right?
I believe in intentional and prioritising things
Yeah.
and being aware of that. And the problem with money and spending often becomes is that people aren't intentional. They don't know where money's going. They don't understand that. And by shining a light a little bit differently and empowering people to understand those ideas, then at least people can get the perspective that they
So
need.
how can we shine a light onto this conversation? Because I know there's a lot of people out there who are pretty much, when it comes to money, they're dumb. They just want to spend, and spend. They don't bloody save. I know a lot of people like that. I admit it. So they work hard. They wait for Friday. They get the paycheck, and they're out there spending the money.
Well, I love it. You've almost touched on the whole ethos of what Craig does. From the first.
Yeah, well, I think that's that.
I'm not just a pretty face there, right?
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, well, again, my global goal is, let's empower people education. And from, a business standpoint, then it's like, how do we give business owners financial brain care? And that's a multifaceted approach where it's about understanding how you think about money so that you can know your money mindset and then turn into money mind growth. Then how do you put the right financial teams around you? Because if we're not financially literate or we've never been educated in a way that works for us, like you said, because we haven't been taught at school, or teachers or accountants and bookkeepers who talk accounting and bookkeeping language that other people don't understand, we need to have the right people around us. And then we need to have the right framework on how to actually make financial decisions. And one of those Darren's just touched upon there, Profit First is a methodology, is a good one to help with financial decisions. But then the final piece of the puzzle is, looking into the future. What's the impact of, what I invest, what money I move here, there? What's the impact of that based upon what I've got coming in, whether I'm an employee or a business owner? If I'm aware of that, at least I can plan for it, whether it looks good, bad, or indifferent. And so if we put all those together, we're in a space of being able to acknowledge and be aware of where we're at with our financial brain care, but then actually do something about it.
When you say financial brain care, that's the first time I heard of it. It's interesting what you're saying there, right? Now, the old days where I hear a lot of people say is that you earn $1, you spend 50 cents, and you save 50 cents. Now, what's your thoughts about that philosophy? Is that still relevant in our society?
I 100% believe, and just got some little goosebumps there, in the idea of giving your money a purpose.
Yeah.
And so even that idea of going, I save 50% and I spend 50%. At least that's giving money a purpose.
Yeah.
And I'm being, again, coming back to that word intentional, that I've given the money that's flowed into me, whether it's my business or personal, I've divided it up and I've given a priority. So in that example, I've given it a priority. I'm going to save half, spend half.
Yeah.
But there's many other ways that you can then divvy that up. And again, that's how we talk from a business perspective of X amount of money comes into the business. Well, we want to make sure we put money aside for true cash profit so that a business can be sustainable. We need to pay our taxes and our government's obligations. We want to put money aside for the owner of the business to pay themselves. And then we need money to be able to run the actual business. And so again, what you prioritize within that can help us be sustainable in running a business. And again, if you flow that through to the cash that comes out of a business for a business owner to spend personally, then that can be divvied up again to priorities. Do I invest for the future? Do I do it on holidays and experiences? Do I look after my health? What percentages go towards the different aspects of my life, which is then I can be intentional about what am I prioritizing? Well, I really value my health.
Yeah.
So I'll put a higher percentage towards my health than what I do to my gambling account. Or whatever it is.
Okay.
And people can then make this intentional decision on how they, divvy up the pie.
But that's what it's all about, isn't it? Because just to kind of give the viewers and the listeners a little bit more insight into how it all works, it's all about dividing your money up into boxes in a way, and really being diligent and ruthless in how you do that.
Yeah, well, I think it's what our grandparents all did, back in the 30s. Envelope system. It's just the modern day equivalent of cash came in, put in envelopes. My grandma used to put it up in the buckets at the top of the
mattress or the mattress or the pillow.
Yeah, under the mantelpiece.
That's
Be like, that's for my pop to go out and do that.
So what about business owners? I know a lot of business owners, they work, right? And there's an old saying they work 6 days. And on the 7th day, they make a profit, which is a Sunday. So what would business owners can take away from this conversation?
Flip that on its head.
Okay.
we work and make a profit on day one, and then we need to do what we need to do to be sustainable with whatever's left over. So if you think of Parkinson's law and the primacy effect, taking in a factor, and, you know, our accounting and the way of the world that accounting's done hasn't helped business owners who aren't great with money or numbers in as much as a profit and loss report. We read it from the top. We have revenue. It comes into the business. What comes next? Expenses. So what do they focus on? Well, the money that goes out of the business. And they hope for a profit at the end of the day. Mathematically, it's exactly the same to flip that over to go revenue. We have to make money. We have to bring cash in. But then if we put profit aside, then whatever's left over, Parkinson's law, we need to live within that means. If I've got a big plate of food here, I'm going to eat the whole lot. If it's a small food, then I won't eat it all. So if we have those buckets there, then it makes a more sustainable approach to managing
Parkinson guy sounds like a smart guy. He seems to be switched on, his Parkinson guy. I don't know what happened to, what's the other guy that we always talk about? Murphy. Murphy's Law.
Maybe they were in.
Maybe. Or I think Murphy was too. Everything's Murphy's Law, but I think Parkinson's Law has a valid.
Parkinson's Law is a good one.
It's a good one. I like that. So we'll talk about money this week. So thank you so much for that. We're going to get a break. We'll come back after this and we'll pick your brains a bit more to talk to Craig about money. You're tuning in with the three Quirks and Turk, 89.3 FM. It's Friday. Darren, why, booty? Are you going to shake your booty or what?
Booty.
Did you tell Craig also to shake his booty when he comes in?
Did I warn you, Craig? Did you practice that last night?
No, I didn't see
practiced.
him.
It's been a long time, but I have been known to. It's all good.
Our guests, it's a Friday. We're always happy when our guest comes in and shake their booty, whether it be their ass, whatever, anything else. As long as they shake it, we're happy with that, right? But today we're going to shake the money tree. We're going to talk a bit about the money, the stress with Craig Minter from the Healthy Business Lab. Craig is a certified profit master and a CFO. That sounds really high. CFO. What is that? Certified Financial Officer?
Oh, Chief Financial Officer.
Chief Financial Officer. Yes.
The traditional name for that.
So I want to explore a bit more about this financial mindset of yours, because we had this conversation off air, and this could go on for the next few days, mate. I'll get straight to the point. What do we need to do to save for the future? I know that this generation is all about living the moment. That means that they think they're going to die tomorrow, so they just spend everything, but they don't die, so they sponge off their mum and dad. So what message can we get out there to this young generation? Mate, you need to save your money for rainy days, not just go and spend everything.
It's not about being prescriptive in my mind, because again, as soon as we start to be prescriptive with something, people then go, nah, I'm not going to do that, especially with a younger generation. So what I encourage anybody to do, and it's from, ourselves, these people that have been around a bit longer and had a few more money experience, is to sort of know and understand what I class as, our unique money code. It's like, how do we actually think about money? We've all got a way that we think about money. And I love money archetypes to sort of unlock your money code that sits there and goes, well, me, for example, I'm a sort of a maverick, alchemist, ruler, and like the way that they interact with each other has a certain specific way that then I think about money and how I then act. And because I'm aware of that, I know I can make financial decisions and leverage that knowledge to put frameworks and systems in place to actually help me make, again, intentional decisions. So for people that are more the spending types, or other people that are more saving people, there's plenty of people, and there's plenty of young people out there. I've got a 9-year-old son that we give our 3 kids money and start to educate them on money a little bit. And the 9-year-old, he's saved. He won't spend a thing.
Oh, good.
But the middle child, as soon as he's got it, it's spent. It was spent yesterday. He's buying all the things.
Credit cards already.
Yeah, so it's that notion of then going, well, if you're aware of how you actually think about money, how can we put things in place to go, well, for the eldest, how can we set something out to go, okay, give permission to be able to actually spend money or spend it intentionally or invest or do whatever. For the middle one, it can be that notion then of going, okay, fine to spend, but also there is a thing called the future.
That's correct.
We want to put something aside, so let's put something in place so that some of those funds go to the future fund.
Yes.
And again, for me, that's knowing that, and then we can actually put something in place and have those conversations where people are involved and they get the say in how they split it up and how they do it. but they do it with knowledge.
Yes. Let's get straight to the point. You're being too nice about this, Craig. You stop being a politician, mate.
I'm a nice guy.
You're going around in bloody circle, mate. I want the fact. I want you to get straight to the point because these youngies these days, they don't understand. So stop being too bloody nice.
Davey wants to buy $20 chocolate, so he wants to know how can he save to get enough chocolate every week and not lose on anything else.
Yes, let's talk about, correct, Darren, you're right. I want to buy heaps of chocolate. I want to buy Dubai chocolate. I want to buy London chocolate. I want to buy every damn chocolate in the world. But I'm going to be running out of money. So you tell us today, Craig, that's the reason why we're bringing you in here, because you're the money man. Tell us and our listeners out there, how can we save our money, leverage your money for the future, and let our money grow? We're touching base on investment now, right?
Yeah, well, I guess investing for the future is, again, it's that notion of going, what are you actually investing for?
Yeah.
Again, I'll tie back to what's the purpose of the money? Because it won't happen unless I've got something that is actually worth that, the delayed gratification.
Yeah, that's right.
So what's your point? Is saying, I'll just save. I'll save. Just saving does nothing for anybody.
That's right.
Yeah.
It doesn't create anything. It's what's the purpose? And if I know what a purpose is, people can be very driven to actually, if I want to buy that car, the young person, if the business owner wants to buy the boat because they deserve it for all their hard work and their investment, brilliant, great. Well, what needs to be done to do that? We need to put the money aside for that. And human beings are very good at doing that as long as we give people a purpose.
Yeah.
So it's all relative to that. And then it becomes, well, how much can you put aside? If that's your big driver and a big thing in your life, put as much towards it as you can. Do that tomorrow.
So, Craig, you're saying that they should be sit down in a dark room like this and then straight to the point and say, you need to save $50, $60 a week. So you're going to be more straight to the point. Is that how it works here? Because sometimes you're saying saving. What's your purpose? They say, well, I'm saving. But how much are you saving? Yeah. How much? What's the frequency of saving? How much you're putting in per week?
Yeah, so again, putting a framework in place around it. My recommendation is it's kind of like a weekly process.
Yeah.
Literally, it's that idea of having a bucket that's set aside that just collects all the cash that you have coming in. In a business sense, it comes into a revenue bank account. It sits in a revenue bank account for a week. Okay. And at the end of each week, you transfer money out to the different buckets, investment, pay, taxes, all those things to the percentage that you choose that is going to help you achieve what you want to achieve.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And if you do that weekly, and if you do it same in your personal life, so then whether I'm a business owner and I'm getting money from the business paid to me as the owner, or again, in our life, obviously, some people are a PAYG person. Got a weekly wage coming in there. We've got business income coming in there. As a family enterprise, how much money we got? Again, what are we prioritising?
Yes.
We're prioritising health. We're prioritising the next holiday. Let's put money towards that.
Yep.
So then for our kids, hey kids, you get X amount of money, and then you've got your the work. If they get in the teenage years, you've got that money coming in. Put it into a collection account.
Yeah.
Revenue in. That's all that happens in that account.
So you should have two separate accounts. One for the wage coming. Yeah, 2 or 3. Yeah, okay.
You just have one account, which is that sort of collection, and then you use that to go, well, that's how much I've collected this week.
Okay.
Now we distribute out to however many different accounts that you want for the different purposes that you have in your life. Yeah. One could be going out with your mates on the weekend. One could be for your clothes, if you love your clothes. One could be for the
groceries
car.
Or whatever.
Then obviously for people that run a household, it's the rent, the mortgage, the groceries, and it just applies the same whether you're a business owner, whether you're enterprise mum and dad. Run that as a business as well anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
And then again, educating the kids. It's like, well, if you've got this money coming in, and if you're doing it, and if you think in the mindset of percentages. It's not an absolute. I can do $50 here, but $50 to you might mean the world. $50 to somebody else means nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you think in the terms of percentages, then it becomes a prioritisation. And it's like, well, I could see somebody's percentage and go, oh, this person really values family.
Yeah.
Because they're putting a lot of things here to their family experiences. These people have got health. Health is actually the number one priority.
Oh, for sure.
There's some people that might have more in a safety bucket. They'll put it in a vault account because they just need to feel safe. But if that helps anybody with their financial brain care and makes them feel safe and secure, because as human beings, that's all we actually want to feel is safe and secure.
That's right.
All we're talking about is this from a financial space, because finances, cash flow, money, whether we're business owners, whether in life, is one of the high stress points and emotional points within people's lives.
So touching base on what's happening in our current society these days, like a lot of people are saying that inflation is always on the increase. A lot of people are struggling to get into the property market. Now, say for argument's sake, a lot of young people who are wanting to get into the property market, would there be a strategy on how they can save or what they need to do to get themselves in there or any other way where they can work, whether it be with their mum or dad and their friends, getting together and help each other?
Yeah. Well, the first thing, again, if your purpose is to buy a property or invest in property or whatever it is, get a separate bank account straight away.
Okay, so
as soon as you have that thought of her purpose,
yep,
do something about it.
Okay.
Open a bank account, start putting funds into that. And again, I like the idea of the percentage base, but even if you were just starting with, just get something happening, because again, the hardest step is always step 0 to 1 is the hardest.
Yes.
Steps 1 to 100 are a lot easier. So the first step, I've said it, but you can have a talk is cheap.
Of course.
Take an action. The action
That's
is
correct.
Open a bank account.
Yes.
And if you open that bank account, put
But this
something
is all
into it.
really good, and I love this theory, but I think there's one step further than this, which is what you're all about. It's all great to know that you're going to separate your money into buckets, but it's in what order?
Yeah.
The key is to pay yourself first.
Yeah.
And then fill up the rest of the buckets.
Yeah.
Because if you fill up everything else and then you say, oh, I don't have anything left this week, oh, we'll do it next week.
Yeah. Very
You're
true.
going backwards.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's really important.
Yeah, which again, it's that. What are the things that are nourishing yourself? Like Darren's highlighting is cool. Those buckets have the multiple buckets, but which ones in the order? You're 100%
really
right.
important.
Which one order do you allocate it into? Then that is important, because that is what I'm prioritising as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
But as a business owner, like there's a lot of business owners out there, they work hard, but they don't pay themselves.
That's right.
And this is something that we see a lot. Even the superannuation, they don't really contribute to super. So when they get to a point where they retire, it's like, oh, I've got no money in the super. So what do you do? But the smart one, what you're trying to say is that they've got money in different buckets. So others would probably invest in property. So when they do retire, those equity within those property has increased. So at least they've got something as a to fall back on.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of saving for the future, in terms of opportunities out there, let's say oil, gold, Bitcoin, all this stuff, is there your favorite particular one that we can talk about today so that people can get some idea of where to start, what to look for?
My favourite won't help other people one bit
correct.
at
So,
the end of the day. And so, again, it's just realising what the return is and what the risk is. And so it's the idea, and I'll put the business owner's hat on here, because that's obviously my life. But it's, as a business, you make X amount of dollars, and as Darren was saying, hey, you prioritise the order of things. We put profit aside first, because I've invested into my business.
Yeah.
I could have invested my time and my money and any other thing elsewhere if I wanted to.
Right.
I believe my business is the best investment I have at the moment, and that's why I've invested myself, my time.
Yes.
But therefore, it needs to create a return for me, both from a impact standpoint that I want, but a financial standpoint as well. And so the first thing is the profit. That's the first allocation that comes out. Is I put money into profit.
Yeah.
And then I put money into tax, because I don't want the government coming chasing me. And then I put money into owner's pay, because it's that notion then of that profit and the owner's pay are for the benefit of me personally, but one is for the investment, it's for the strategy, it's the working on the business. The money for the owner's pay is the working in the business, as if I would get paid anywhere else, which then becomes a very clear marker of, you said that business owners don't pay themselves.
Yeah, that's right.
They often pay their staff and their team and before they pay themselves, because that order. But if we pay ourselves, then it's like, well, am I getting market rate? And if I'm not getting market rate, and again, like me right now, I'm not getting paid market rate, but I'm making a conscious decision because I'm investing in myself and the business, and therefore then flowing that through to personal life, whether it's oil, gold, shares, whatever, I'd say that very much becomes the risk reward, but knowing your money code. Because there'll be certain things within that money code that will resonate. Me, I'm comfortable in shares, and I don't mind property. But for somebody else, it would scare the pants off them.
Correct.
And I don't want people to jump into something because, Craig said, Darren said, or Davey said.
Yeah. Depends on what you're comfortable with, right?
Yeah.
So turning financial chaos to clarity, I've noticed you touch base a lot about mindset. So how can people change their mindset from financial chaos to clarity in terms of what they need to invest and what they need to do to save for the future?
Yeah. Again, the first point there is, I've already touched upon it, giving money a purpose. But it's amazing the language. And again, if you heard me, I'm probably careful with my words.
I've noticed that. Even your body language, I can see, you're very careful.
Clear,
yes, clear, precise, yes.
Words have meaning.
That's right.
So
Definitely.
one thing, I've only become even more aware of it very recently, is I basically eradicated the word spending out of my vocabulary.
Okay.
Because as soon as you say spending, if you say spending now for me.
Spending
means like you've wasted your money.
Spending. Both of your body languages, that people are not great for radio, but on the video part. Like,
Darren was like, his body was just like cringing.
I was like running
When
away.
you say spending, and I see his arms and his eyes just twitting like,
So it's that notion idea, if you think of any outflow of money from your life as an investment, I start to look at that very, very differently.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's like, so I'm going to invest in groceries on the way home. And I do invest in groceries. I buy the decent stuff. I don't always go for the $1 chocolate. I get the good stuff.
Good. Spend it wisely too, right? I like that.
But it's that idea of I'm investing. And if I think of it as an investment,
Yeah.
I'm more likely to make more intentional decisions.
True.
And so, and I tend to find that does create this factor of chaos that goes around our mind. It's just that I'm just spending and I'm doing this. That language gives us that idea of there's chaos around us. I'm spending, there's money going out, but it's like, hey, there's inflows and there's outflows.
Okay, let's hold that thought, Craig. It's interesting. We're talking about money, and every time I mention the word money, Darren just cringes and he just shakes in his booty.
I'm doing like an exorcist motion.
Yeah,
My
that's
head starts
right. That's
spinning.
right. It's Friday. You're tuning into 3 Quirks, Turk 89.3 FM. Friday, you're tuning in with the 3 Quirks and a Turk, 89.2 GLF, and we're here.
89.3, Davey.
Oh,
9.2.
yeah.
The
I was just testing Craig because he's talking about money, right? And I just want to.
Those numbers didn't line up.
All these numbers just like hit me now. So my mind is just like brain dead now. I need to go out there and buy some $20 Drew buy chocolate. and maybe a Contra Blue scotch just to wash it down because I'm so stressed talking to bloody money with Craig now.
That's definitely not my goal. My goal is to come here to give you a bit of financial brain care.
Today, I'm not buying $2 chocolate. I'm buying no frills chocolate. I'm going to Costco.
You're buying the compound stuff. I love it.
So do you feel though, Craig, that this is interesting. We touch base on it. Do you feel that the mindset is a big thing when it comes down to financial skills and financial awareness?
Yes.
Yes?
100%.
Okay.
Again, it's just circling back to, the top of the conversation of if we understand how we think about money and the language we have about language. We touched upon that at the back end of the last little bit there and, talking off air with Darren and saying, the language of how he talked about himself with money. You think about that language and it's like, how do we shift the language, which shifts the conversation, that shifts how we think about money, that then can actually play out with how can I feel empowered?
Yeah.
How can I be intentional? And those kinds of ideas. So,
that great word, sorry to cut in, but that great word, delayed gratification.
Yes.
It's a fantastic word for the young people especially.
Like you were talking with us during intermission. It was like you travel around the world when you were young. You spend all your bloody money. Being a hipster you are, you spend all your money and now you're regretting it.
That's right.
So we touch base on the fact that why do full when you go half-assed? Like just spend half and save half. You would have 3 properties now, and mate, you can be partying for the rest of your life, right? Because you look at cities' property prices now; they skyrocket.
but I think it's that interesting thing. It came coming back to that idea of regretting it, and it's like that. Well, was it regret or no way I regretted that at the time that I was doing it. It was the best thing, and it was investment in my life and my experiences. So I made choices where I didn't want to delay that gratification, and maybe I wish I'd have done that, but. How do I go about it now?
Be honest, Craig.
If
be
I don't
honest
want
to
to play
us.
that again.
But be honest, I reckon you do regret it because when you were young, naive, and stupid like all of us, we spent our money, and now you think back, I wish I bought that property in Vaucluse. I wish I didn't spend that money. I could have been well off now. You do have to admit that we were foolish when we were growing up.
I've definitely been foolish, and again, the amount of dollars that went down to establishments, bathrooms, and yes, casinos, gambling institutions.
Yes.
I love to bet, love to drink,
Yes.
do all those sorts of things, and I look back on that and go, yeah, 100%. Oh, gee, it would have been nice if I went home at 2 a.m. rather than 5 a.m. or 10 a.m., 10 p.m. rather than 2 a.m. 100% thought there, but if I'm brutally honest, I wouldn't have had the experiences that I had.
True.
And I'm comfortable with where I'm at because,
You had that
fairness,
experience.
I've had the experiences and I haven't been stupid with money.
Yeah.
I did make decisions early
We all
on.
are. We all stupid when it comes to money. Even when it comes to girls, we're stupid. We spend so much money on them, mate.
Yeah,
They don't love us or care for us, mate.
They go down that path.
Show
We don't
me
need to
your
go down that rabbit hole. But
That's for our next guest.
But it's that notion, again, of as long as we're clear on what we did, why we did it,
Yes.
and having peace with it. Again, because at the end of the day, coming back to the money mindset or any mindset, we can't change that part.
No, we can't change it.
Yeah.
So what do we learn? So anything in life, it's always for me about lifelong learning. What do I learn from it?
Yes.
Do I want to go through that again? Hey, I'd love to travel again and all the rest of it. 100%, I'm going to do a load more travel. I've done boatloads of
But
travel.
what I've learned
How do
is
we actually
you can
that?
do it. Just pay yourself first,
Yeah.
and then do
Correct.
that with the rest.
And how do I do it where I'm a self-funding vehicle
Correct.
rather than debt?
This
Because
is
if
what
I-
I'm talking
how
about.
do
Now
I-
you're about to touch on a magic conversation
How-
that I asked you like
Here we
100
go.
times. Now we're talking. Now we're
How do we make
talking.
money doing nothing?
Yes.
That's what we want to know.
That's what
Building
we want to know.
assets.
Asset?
Assets.
Okay. Buying shares?
Assets can be anything.
Dividends?
Assets are a skill. Assets are a business. Assets are shares. Assets
Yeah.
are property. Assets are whatever.
So getting married is an asset?
It could be. 100% could
Yes,
be.
yes.
If you marry the person that is right for you,
Yes.
that puts you in the best position to do what you want to do and how you want to do it. So yes, I can turn anything into an
I
asset.
love how he
I can
answered that with a straight face.
Very diplomatic answer. Very
Too-
good.
You
too
can turn anything
diplomatic.
into an investment.
Dude, you can turn your wife into an asset. I like that.
My wife's 100% an asset. She's smarter than me. She's prettier than me.
There you go.
She's
So, Craig, your time's running out, my friend. But if we were to, and our listeners want to reach out to you, where can we find you, mate?
Yeah, probably the LinkedIn is probably my most active place to be connected from a business sense.
Okay.
So LinkedIn profile, I'm pretty sure I'm just / Craig Minter, but from the business side of things, it's the Healthy Business Lab.
Oh, it's a business. Is that a website,
.com,
Instagram,
yes.
website?
Yeah, it's across all the socials.
Okay.
So people can track me down on those whenever they feel like it.
And if they reach out to you next half an hour, can I get a Bitcoin or something as an incentive from you, mate?
They get a free T-shirt.
Free t-shirt.
Well, actually, there's always things that we can do at a very minimal investment that will give people a return on investment because it will be an asset for life. There's plenty of options there. Just reach out, say hello, mention this chat, and we'll definitely look after you.
Fantastic, mate. What's your plans for the weekend? Anything exciting?
Very quiet.
Very quiet.
It's time to calm the chaos in the household, the Minter household, with the 3 little ones. So,
Amazing.
it'll be nourishing that brain.
You should take the kids out there in the bush, go for a walk, get
sunshine.
their hands dirty,
We
you know what I
live on
mean,
the
climb
edge
the
of
tree.
that, so, yeah.
Love that. Thank you so much, Craig. Mentor from the Healthy Business Lab, talking about mindset, relationship with money. I just realised from this conversation I better go and start saving because stop cutting back on
never
that.
too late,
You've talked yourself into that.
Yeah,
Again, I didn't even need to
yeah.
say you have to do it.
No,
You've
it
come
is.
to that conclusion
I've
yourself.
got very expensive taste, mate. Like I think from this conversation,
Yep.
Darren, don't take me to the city tonight. I'm going to go home.
No more scotch.
No more scotch, no
scotch,
more
no
Dubai
casinos.
chocolate. Folks, you are tuning in with 3 Quirks, like 89.3 FM. Make sure you guys and girls are driving home safely. It's Friday. Why be moody?